The Crypto Economy Evolution Scale: Protocols, Marketplaces, and the Rise of Super Economies. Introduction. Crypto is often dismissed by outsiders as speculative noise or hyped by insiders as the inevitable future of finance. But both views miss a deeper truth. What's happening in crypto is the rapid evolution of economic systems, accelerated, modular, and visible in real time. What we need is a framework to track how crypto systems evolve, not just in terms of price or user numbers, but in economic structure and complexity. That's where the Crypto Economy Evolution Scale comes in. This scale presents 4 stages of economic development, rooted in a universal pattern observed across history and digital systems alike. 1. Peer-to-peer trade. 2. Marketplace. 3. Economy. 4. Super economy. While this progression mirrors the growth of civilizations and digital platforms, it is crypto that now offers the clearest laboratory for understanding how value systems evolve and how to architect them from the ground up. In what follows, we'll briefly validate this pattern outside of crypto, then focus deeply on how it applies within blockchain ecosystems, offering a lens for founders, analysts, and investors to understand where a protocol sits, what it needs to mature, and how it might level up. The universal pattern of economic evolution. Long before crypto, economic systems followed a familiar arc. In early human history, peer-to-peer barter was the norm, simple exchanges of value between individuals. Over time, these gave rise to marketplaces, where coordination and liquidity made trade more efficient. As marketplaces expanded and began to specialize, they formed economies, collections of interdependent markets under shared governance, norms, or currencies. Finally, in some cases, economies integrated further into super economies, like the EU, China's platform ecosystem, or the US dollar zone, complex, self-reinforcing systems that operate at massive scale. This same arc has reappeared in the digital age. PayPal enabled P2P financial exchange. eBay and Amazon built marketplaces with increasing liquidity and trust layers. Apple created an economy, developers, consumers, device makers, advertisers, tied to iOS, App Store rules, and Apple Pay. Alibaba plus WeChat became a super economy in China, integrating payments, commerce, social, and logistics. The lesson: economic evolution is a structural pattern, not just a question of size or speed, but of how value is coordinated and sustained across actors. Crypto doesn't reinvent this pattern. It compresses it, makes it legible, and lets us watch it unfold in real time. 2. Stage 1. Peer-to-peer exchange in crypto. At the foundation of every economy lies the most primitive unit, a direct exchange between two parties. In crypto, this stage was embodied by the original use case for Bitcoin, a decentralized peer-to-peer cash system. In its early years, crypto was defined by wallet-to-wallet transfers, no intermediaries, no platform logic, pure value transfer, often slow, irreversible, and pseudonymous. Examples include sending BTC between individuals for goods or services, e.g. the infamous Bitcoin pizza. OTC, over-the-counter, trades executed via simple trust or forum posts. Cross-border remittances using stablecoins like USDT, often conducted informally. This P2P phase is valuable. It births the system's core trust-minimized premise. But it has severe limitations: no liquidity discovery, no price negotiation or reputation layers, no scalability for complex interaction. You have trade, but not yet a market. In traditional economies, this stage corresponds to barter or early village trade. In the digital era, it's akin to early PayPal or Venmo, frictionless exchange, but little ecosystem logic. In crypto, stage 1 is the ideological and technical route, but not the economic engine. That comes next. Section 3. Stage 2, marketplaces. A marketplace emerges when individual exchanges become routinized, visible, and liquid. In crypto, this was the Cambrian explosion of decentralized exchanges, Uniswap, Curve, SushiSwap, NFT marketplaces, OpenSea, Blur, Magic Eden, creator protocols, Friend.tech, Zora, Sound XYZ. These platforms provide price discovery, aggregate liquidity, reduce transaction friction, attract specialized participants, market makers, traders, creators. Key insight: a marketplace isn't just a protocol or front end, it's a coordination layer. You have participants who would not otherwise know or trust each other, transacting under shared rules, often enforced by smart contracts. This mirrors the evolution of real-world markets: bazaars, stock exchanges, Amazon's third-party seller system. Each iteration adds structure, then scale, then feedback loops. Still, a single marketplace, even with millions in volume, is not yet an economy. Why? It's a single-purpose system. All roads lead in and out through one interface or asset. To graduate to an economy, you need multiple marketplaces, sharing infrastructure, tokens, and cultural context. IV, Stage 3, Economies. An economy in this context is more than a collection of traders or a venue. It is a multi-market, multi-role ecosystem, a self-sustaining structure that contains buyers, sellers, developers, service providers, asset issuers, and governance participants. In crypto, this is where layer ones like Ethereum shine. DeFi, lending, Aave, exchanges, Uniswap, stablecoins, USDC, NFTs, OpenSea, Lens, Zora. DAOs, governance, grants, on-chain orgs. Social, Farcaster, Mirror, identity protocols. What unites these is composability. Assets and smart contracts interlink. Liquidity flow. Capital moves between apps without exiting the chain. Shared token standards. ERC20, ERC721. Cultural continuity. Devs, users, meme space, values. This is the equivalent of a national economy or a platform economy, like Apple's App Store or Shopify's merchant base. There are many actors and markets, but they use the same rails and sometimes the same currency, ETH. Other examples approaching this stage: Solana, high-performance DeFi plus NFTs plus mobile; Cosmos Hubs, cross-chain coordination with shared security; Base, as a layer 2 but with growing cultural economic cohesion. Graduating from marketplace to economy requires internal demand loops, on-chain labor and roles, monetary logic, native assets used across markets, and ideally, some form of governance or incentive redistribution. It's not easy. Most protocols never get here, but those that do begin to form the backbone of Web3. This content is brought to you by Bobby Giggs. Promote your brand here and reach a wide audience across platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Follow the links in the description to get started. V, Stage 4, Super Economies. A super economy is not merely a large economy. It is an emergent layer that integrates multiple economies, protocols, and marketplaces, creating feedback loops, shared infrastructure, and governance dynamics that extend beyond a single layer 1 or protocol. In Web 2, super economies include Amazon, not just a marketplace, but an economy of merchants, logistics providers, cloud infrastructure, AWS, and fintech, Amazon Pay, Buy with Prime; Apple, hardware, software, app developers, advertisers, service providers, all bound by one ecosystem with shared rules, identity, and currency, Apple Pay, iCloud credits. In crypto, Ethereum is the most mature supereconomy. It hosts self-contained economies, Aave ecosystem, Uniswap ecosystem, Optimism OP stack-based economies like Base, cross-sectoral integration, social, Farcaster, identity, ENS, payments, USDC, DeFi, NFTs, DAOs, Layer 2 satellites, Base, Arbitrum, Optimism, Scroll, all operating semi-independently, but settled back to Ethereum. Cultural coherence, shared memes, developer ethos, values, e.g. credible neutrality, public goods, regen. Ethereum isn't just a blockchain. It's a coordination metaverse, an economic operating system upon which entire industries are being built. Other contenders include Bitcoin, emerging, via Lightning, Fediment, and now Rune's ordinals, a slow evolution from monetary layer to settlement plus cultural layer. Solana, consolidated, faster, monolithic, and gaining diverse application layers, including DePIN e.g. Helium, payments e.g. Solana Pay, and mobile e.g. Saga. Modular ecosystems like Cosmos and Polkadot, built for multi-chain coordination, though still maturing in liquidity and developer gravity. A true super economy has multiple economies inside it, cross-protocol synergy and resource flow, embedded financial, social, and governance primitives. A kind of gravitational pull, it attracts builders, users, and value in ways smaller systems cannot match. Notably, most protocols aspire to be super economies, but lack the infrastructure or momentum. They confuse high TVL with structural maturity. The crypto economy evolution scale forces clarity. A billion-dollar DeFi app is a marketplace. A vibrant layer 1 with multiple app sectors is an economy. An ecosystem that spawns new economies, culture, and governance extensions is a super economy. Section 6, Strategic Implications. This framework isn't just descriptive, it's predictive and diagnostic. It gives protocol builders, investors, and observers a way to locate, evaluate, and forecast the growth of a crypto system. For builders, where are you on the scale? If you're still a marketplace, don't pretend you're an economy. Build composability, cultivate culture, encourage secondary markets. Who else can you coordinate with? Super economies emerge from synergy, not isolation. For investors, stage-aware valuation matters. TVL or volume tells you what a protocol is doing. The crypto economy evolution scale tells you what it is becoming. Fund ecosystems, not features. The next big winners won't just solve a problem, they'll enable many others to do so. For analysts, the scale helps distinguish hype from structural momentum. Ask, is this protocol evolving or just scaling usage? The former rewrites macro, the latter might fade. Conclusion. Crypto is the most compressed experiment in economic evolution the world has ever seen. What took nations centuries, what took Amazon and Apple decades, is happening in crypto in real time. Wallets become marketplaces. Marketplaces become economies. Economies become super economies with their own money, rules, and cultural gravity. The crypto economy evolution scale helps us see this clearly. It reveals what a protocol is, where it's going, and what it might become, if it coordinates enough value, participants, and meaning. Because in crypto, the next empire won't be built with borders. It'll be built with block space, culture, and composable code. And now we have the language to map it.